So are the Steelers quietly preparing to trade edge rusher Alex Highsmith? What's up, guys? This is D. Know it's been a minute, been behind the scenes trying to get everything together. Uh, been a couple days, so I said I definitely had to get on the mic, give you guys something. The news cycle right now, it's kind of quiet. OTAs is over, but one story came up, and it was the Alex Highsmith being available for trade. And this is so unlike the Pittsburgh Steelers. Omar Khan has changed the way they go about doing business. And we go just get on into it. So if you guys are the Steelers looking to trade Alex Highsmith, that's the word around the campfire. What's up? This is D with Dee Knows. Trying to get back into the groove of things, guys. We are going into our 6-week lull. No OTAs. The next time the guys put back on the pads and the shorts, they'll be in training camp. So we got 6 weeks, but we're going to make the best of it. Got a whole bunch of content coming to the channel. As you guys can see, we're doing a facelift on everything, and I appreciate you guys being patient with me. I am trying to give you guys the best content that I have, and I want you guys to be a part of what we have going on. So be on the lookout. Also going to have a time schedule where videos come out, so it'll be way more organized. But let's get into this. So again, word around the campfire is Alex Highsmith is on the trade block. Now, does this seem crazy because Alex Highsmith is the running mate of TJ Watt? Absolutely. But when the Steelers turn around, they get Nick Herbig, a 4-year, $100 million deal. Somebody's probably going to have to go. Now, in my opinion, you can never have too many edge rushers. If you watched TJ Watt last year, he had a down year, and he's 31 years old at this point, and I still think he got good football ahead of him, but he got hurt or he was just behind or whatever was going on with him. It was good to have Alex Highsmith and Nick Herbig, so they was able to rotate guys to help get pressure on the quarterback. I wonder if Alex Highsmith at this point wants out. I know he sat out all the mini camps and all of that, and they said it was due to an illness. But is it really an illness, or is he seeing his contemporaries on his team get paid? And he's like, hey, where's my cut? He's been very productive. Even when TJ Watt was out the last couple years here and there, Alex Highsmith has picked up the slack, and he's been pretty good. Now, I need to look up his stats from last year. I'm not sure exactly what he did last year, but he is a formidable pass rusher. He can set the edge. He does a good job at setting the edge. And he's a big guy, believe it or not. He's about 6'4". And let's see what he did last year. He almost had 10 sacks. He had 3 pass defenses. He had yards for loss. He got a forced fumble, so he stays productive. And, I think he's looking at it like, hey, Nick Herbig, who to me is a pass rush specialist, he's almost like a middle linebacker. He has the agility to play it, but he's a smaller guy, so he has to really work hard on being able to defend that run when they put him out there against the run. Now as a specialist, he's amazing. So I don't know what the Steelers are really thinking, but I'm not a big fan of the move of them getting rid of Alex Highsmith unless they feel like Jack Sawyer is ready to come in and, take a part of that load off of TJ Watt and Nick Herbig. So, being that you look at the contract situation, and if they wanted to deal TJ Watt, which I thought they should have dealt TJ Watt 2 years ago, but they didn't. They re-upped his contract, and he has, for 2026, a $94 million dead cap hit if he was traded. So it's extremely unlikely that he is going anywhere. So he's going to be a one-helmet guy, in the words of Art Rooney II, because no one's going to take on that and Pittsburgh take a $94 million dead cap hit on an edge rusher, that would be devastating for what they're trying to do, I guess. Right? So, they have a lot of money tied up in these edge rushers at this point, and they have to figure out who they are. And this is what I say about the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers have to let me put it together here. They have to feel as if either they're rebuilding or they're really in a championship window. And this is the problem that I have with the way they run the organization, because you can't serve two masters. You're paying these guys, you don't know who to pay. You know, it's just not you're just trying to put a square into a round hole, and it just really doesn't make a lot of sense. And this is why they're at this situation with Alex Highsmith, because TJ Watt should have been the guy that you traded, and then you would have had Nick Herbig, whether you felt like he was a every down edge rusher, and then you would have had Alex Highsmith on the other side, and then you would have had Jack Sawyer as the rotational guy. Now you've been in this win now mode without winning. You signed TJ Watt to this deal, and now he feels like, hey, when you have this type of deal going on, no one's going to take on that deal, and you're going to take such a massive cap hit on TJ Watt. They kind of put themselves in a situation that they can't get out of, and I'm speaking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know, like I said, I believe TJ Watt can get back to Pro Bowl level. I think he'll be fine, but you know, you're not going to get 2023 TJ Watt. That's over with. He's 31 years old. And to have to end up maybe giving up Alex Highsmith for TJ Watt, where you could have had two younger guys on the edges, would have been a better situation for the Steelers. But I will say Highsmith does have value, according to Grant Cohn, from what he's heard, because they're saying that the 49ers have looked into Alex, that he's worth like a second-round pick. Now, if Alex Highsmith at this point is holding out and he does not want to be in Pittsburgh because he feels like he should get paid, and I agree with him totally, the 49ers is a team to look at. The Philadelphia Eagles can come to mind to be that secondary pass rusher on the other side of Greenyard. Any other teams that maybe can use a pass rusher, maybe the Rams look at him as a secondary pass rusher. It seems like they're getting everybody. So he definitely has value. He's a really good player. He's very underrated, to be totally honest. Like I said, he can set the edges on the run game, and he can get to the quarterback. I mean, the only knock on Alex Highsmith for the most part has been his health, but he's been pretty durable the last couple years. I think he's played 14 out of 17 games like the last 2 years. So, you know, if you get him, he's going to provide production immediately. He's just a really solid player. He's like a B plus player. You know what you're going to get from him. So we'll see what the Pittsburgh Steelers do. Like I said, on their end, if this year don't go well, I think they're going to need all the draft capital they could get. So if they could get a second round pick for Alex, make the move happen. At this point now, they need to start reloading with younger talent. They also still got to sign Joey Porter Jr., who wants to be paid like a top 5 corner. I heard Pittsburgh wants to pay him like a top 10 corner. So that's about a $5 million difference. So some of Pittsburgh's in-house draftees, the guys that they drafted, they're looking for extensions, and Pittsburgh playing hardball. So I expect Alex Highsmith to be out of there, but if he does stay, to have that 3-headed monster at the edge rushers with Herbig, Highsmith, and Watt, you know, they're really going to be formidable. So we shall see what happens. Again, more than likely, I think he's traded. I just think you could get any team that needs an edge rusher that could be maybe the top guy like I'm not gonna say he's like a full-on top guy, but to play that Robin to that Batman, he's excellent. So we'll see what happens, but I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to trade him. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you were the Pittsburgh Steelers GM, would you trade Alex Highsmith, or would you hold on to him for another year? Leave it in the comments below. We got more videos, more everything coming. This will not be the last of me. So, to the next video, guys. Peace.